So this person is asking how polyamorous people trust so many people to get close to us without breaking us in some way. And I've sat with this question and I've decided that I have 3 answers for you on how we do this. First and foremost, for me, it's the reality that the juice is worth the squeeze, I guess, for a lack of a better cliche. But polyamory is absolutely one of the most fucked up roller coasters that you will ever ride. And I love a good roller coaster. It's just how I'm wired. And it's completely valid that other people are not wired this way and they see that ride and they're like, I'm not riding that. Put me in the lazy river, I'll ride the lazy river. Put me on the merry-go-round, I am not riding that roller coaster, and that is totally valid. It's not that we're polyamorous because we trust that people are not going to break us. It's that we accept that we are absolutely going to get broken. And for some reason, we choose to do it anyway. And sometimes I feel crazy, and not just when someone does break you or your heart is broken. Sometimes you're going through multiple breakups at the same time. Sometimes you are still in love with someone who has broken up with someone else that you are in love with, and you have to watch that relationship fall apart while maintaining your connection to each other. Shit is wild. And in those moments, you're like, this is stupid. I don't know why I'm doing this. Polyamory is dumb. Love is stupid. Life sucks. That is part of it. And then you fall in love again and you're like, oh, this is why I do it. So every time my heart is breaking, I'm like, this is the worst, this sucks, I'm never falling in love again. And then every time I fall in love again, I'm like, oh, right, yeah, no, okay. This is my jam. Okay, second reason that I continue to get close to people despite the fact that I might get broken from it is that, believe it or not, learning to date consciously and intentionally includes learning to break up consciously and intentionally. It's actually a muscle that you can get stronger at, especially as you improve as an emotionally intelligent and self-aware person and attract emotionally intelligent and self-aware people. You can actually get to the point where you break up without getting broken. And you might even be able to maintain some type of relationship, whether you de-escalate to a friendship, or take a little break and then find your way back to each other. So after my last breakup where I felt really broken, I needed a year to put myself back together, and now we're amazing friends. And I'm so glad that I still have that human in my life. And so it's really monogamy that makes us think, if this one type of relationship where we were lovers and romantically entwined and enmeshed in whatever ways doesn't work out, then it's all gonna fall apart and we can't find any way to be in each other's life, and we can't break up without breaking each other. And believe it or not, you can actually get better at falling in love, breaking up without breaking. And that's actually been one of my favorite parts of this journey, is my personal growth on that issue over time. And the third reason that I continued to get on this roller coaster called polyamory is deeply personal, and it definitely is not gonna apply to everyone, but I am a deeply spiritual person, and my spirituality and my polyamory overlap in really beautiful ways, in that I do believe that love is infinite and that my higher power has lots of different types of love that they want me to experience in this lifetime, and I love being open to those types of connections. It also forces me to do my death work. It forces me to confront the transient nature of life. So every time that I do get broken, or that a relationship does end, or that I do fall apart, I am pushed deeper into my spiritual work, where I ask, what is the one relationship that is never gonna leave me? If I do get broken, who is gonna put me back together? My spiritual practice is never deeper than when I am in grief or mourning. I think monogamy for a lot of people can allow us to cling to an illusion of security that is not real. And that's totally fine, but it is not real. And polyamory forces me to confront that transient nature of life in a way that challenges me, in a way that I enjoy. It brings me back to my favorite passage from the Tao, which is the 10,000 things rise and fall while the self watches their return. That rising and falling of the story of life, that's the roller coaster. And I personally love the way that polyamory forces me to do that work, and that's my answer.